this collar, my collar, make you uncomfortable?
Well, why should it make me uncomfortable, Reverend?
I wouldn't want it to.
How long have you been away from Peyton Place?
A long time.
And you've got a lot to catch up on. Take me, for instance.
Speaking of the past, suppose you heard I was a war hero.
Well, I know you've just come back from overseas.
I was almost killed. By my commanding officer. He accused me of debilitating the troops with my sermons. Oh, seriously, Betty. I don't want to bore you with a lot of old comic book war stories.
No, I don't mind, really, I don't. But what did you do before you became a minister?
I was born right here in Peyton Place on a kitchen table.
I mean, recently, Reverend.
Oh, there you go again, inhibited by my collar. Jerry.
Jerry.
Reverend Bedford.
Miss Wilkerson, now nice to see you. Miss Wilkerson, this is Miss Anderson. Betty, this is one of my parishioners, Miss Frances Wilkerson.
How do you do?
Pleased to meet you.
Are you a new member of the congregation?
No, she isn't, Miss Wilkerson. She's a friend.
Oh. Well, don't let me interrupt your dinner. Nice to meet you, Miss Anderson. Reverend.
Let's see, where was I? Oh, my collar.
Is that why you asked me out?
Why?
To bring me back to the fold.
Are you serious?
You made a mistake, Reverend. It's not your fault, it's mine for accepting your kind and innocent invitation. But you better know who I am. You better know that I was married for a month to Rodney Harrington and that I was...
Look, Betty, I know all about that. All of it. So what else is new? And what's the idea of accusing me of trying to charm you into becoming a member of my church? Do you think they give me an expense account to wine and dine prospects?
Well, I thought that...
Don't get me wrong. I'm no Winston Churchill when it comes to giving sermons, and I can use all the pretty, friendly faces I can get in my congregation.
I'm sorry, Reverend.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Cherries flambe.
Brandy.
Don't worry about it. It burns right off.
Oh, it looks magnificent.
Well, technically, I'm off duty, but I have to be out of the hospital in 10 minutes.
Where are you rushing?
I'm moving back to the Carson Beach House, and I'm going to pack tonight. Well, what are we drinking to?
Don't you like surprises?
Oh, sure, but I want to know whether or not I should just sip or chug a lot.
I told my father. So you're no longer the man in the middle.
Well, I'm glad you did that.
There's something else. I've decided to divorce Vincent. I wrote him a letter to that effect. So, I propose a toast to... What's the matter?
Well,
I don't make decisions like this every day.
Are you sure this calls for champagne?
I just thought... Champagne, Father?
No, thank you. I'd like to see you before you leave, Claire.
Well, I'll tell him.
You don't like being the man in the middle, remember?
Yes, I remember, but it'll be easy for me to explain.
No, it's my problem. I'll be back in a few minutes. Will you be here?
Well, I have to rush.
Pack.
To pack. Thanks for the champagne.
Thanks for the company. I seem to have a knack for upsetting you.
Michael Rossi's a very fine doctor. He's got more talent than he knows. He has hands that are skillful enough to work at any facility in the world. And he's got a driving, scientific curiosity. As a man, he's patient, kind, and personable. There's only one problem, Claire. You're married.
Oh, Father.
Well, you're interested in him, aren't you?
As a friend? I'm going to divorce Vincent.
Sorry to hear that. I have the dreadful old Victorian attitude that marriage vows are to be taken seriously.
I've tried to explain.
And I understood your explanation. Claire, divorce is a legal condition. It's papers, affidavits, official stamps, the whole judicial process. A divorce for you right now is a state of mind. You're still married.
We had some champagne together. I wanted to toast a new life, a whole new world opening for me, that's all.
Claire, you and I wanted to get to know each other. We wanted to take the first step after a lifetime of misunderstanding. Well, now, isn't the first step knowing ourselves, being totally honest?
Yes.
Are you being totally honest about your feeling for Michael Rossi?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Francis. And what do you think about Miss Choate?
Oh, why should I spoil a wonderful evening?
Miss Anderson.
Oh, Mr. Cord, I'd like you to meet...
Jerry Bedford. Hello.
Stephen Cord. Have I changed that much?
Have we met?
Well, we certainly have. After I saw you in the hospital, I realized we knew each other.
That's right. We went to high school together.
Right. You beat me out in the high jump, and I finished about a mile ahead of you in the high hurdles.
I never would have remembered that.
You know, if I tried, I could probably remember how high you jumped and how fast I ran. Would you join me for a drink?
Thanks, we're just going.
Some other time, thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Hi. Hello.
Hello. Rodney, how are you?
How are you?
Where have you two been? To the movies. Was it good?
Yeah. It was fine.
Oh, you were talking all the way through it.
We had a great dinner.
I've got to get home.
Sure.
Good night.
Give
Good
my best to
night.
your parents.
Yes, I will. Thank you. Good night.
Reverend, good night.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Moving back in?
To the beach house yet?
Michael's always felt at home at the beach.
Wasn't about to make a comment. There'll be plenty of comments, man.
I never liked Stephen Cord.
But that's all past. You said...
It isn't the past anymore, Allison. Mr. Cord is here, now.
You can just leave, Norman.
Wait a minute, Rita. I'm sorry. I only...
Just get out of here, will you?
get out.